without being able to travel, migrate, establish trade routes. Keep that in mind. Our ancestors were able to establish a multitude of different civilizations and at the same time be able to cultivate the highest level within the human spirit. This is the cultivating powers of Osir, the nurturing powers of Aset, the will powers of Heru, and the guidance of Tahuti. It is within these spheres of intelligence in which we were able to establish the greatest civilizations on the planet. Our ancestors from so many times, so many years ago, at least 50,000 years, is when they have recorded the water erosion, as well 10,000 years around the Sphinx, 50,000 years of civilizations according to the wisdom keepers of that land, and the water erosion around the Sphinx's pod, taking it back to over 10,000 years. So yes, the civilization was quite ancient, and that's why I think it is naive to go by the Western civilization's education when it comes to who our ancestors are and the achievements of what they were able to do in the Nile Valley. Moving forward, yes, when many of us were captured, that is our ancestors, they were captured in West Africa and brought here. There's a myth that says that the ancestral peril of the slave trade did not exist. This is false. It did exist. It happened. There's 40 slave castles on the coast of Africa. Those are not just for decoration. So let's establish that. We of the Neo-Kemetic tradition are here to make some moves and bring back the pieces of the body of Osir. The pieces have been spread out throughout the land. They shall be reunited. They will come back together like Voltron. But everyone cannot form the head at one time. But each and every one of us will be able to utilize our gifts and talents in order to rebuild ourselves, rebuild our families, restore the family structure that has been destroyed by the Western institution and the political lies that's been used against us. Our ancestors have fought hard. They have fought many wars. Yet, unfortunately, a lot of this knowledge of our ancestors standing up for their freedom has not been taught to us in school, but we feel the rage of the ancestors within our being. But within that, we also have the ability to heal ourselves. Our ancestors continue to fight through us. We are our ancestors' return. And this is why I talked about in the Purdue Heru Ger, the pyramid text, and the coffin text about being able to walk with your ancestors, the resurrection of Osir, representing the cultivation of that which is put in the ground and is brought back up. Some people will call this the carbon-nitrogen cycle, but not just the carbon-nitrogen cycle, but the way the universe operates in the process of life, birth, death, and rebirth. Therefore, just like the ancient civilization of Kemet, it may have fallen, but all things rise and all things fall, to rise again in time. Our ancestors continue to dwell within us. They are rising up. And despite all the drama, despite the negative ones, and those who would like to keep division, their attempts to keep us divided will only go along for so long. Because all that started from the one and will return to the one. For the one established itself as the many. We operate as the many, but we are expressions of the one. This is universal consciousness. According to the Purdue Heru Ger, it is the Nuk Ba Inter part that expresses the fact that the spirit is divine. Nuk Ba Inter means my soul is divine. So when we connect with the Neteru, that is what they call the Egyptian gods and goddesses, which is a misnomer, their expressions and intelligences operating in the universe as forces of nature and within our being. So therefore, it is important for us to tap into the indwelling God in which we all have access to. What we have been taught was outside of ourselves due to a Western religion education, as well as the fact that while you're being miseducated spiritually, you go to school and you're miseducated and indoctrinated in a different way because they wanted you to be laborers and not thinkers. The Neo-Kemetic movement is about bringing forth that intellectual and spiritual legacy, not only in which our ancestors had then, but is still within our very being now. We are the past, present, and future, and like the Queen Mother and Netur Aset once said, I am yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and no mortal sees beyond my veil. When we identify with that which is finite, we will always have a limited vision. But when we tap into the indwelling spirit, which is connected with the infinite, then we have access to unlimited potential. We give thanks and praise to the Most High, which is called Amun Ra Ptah and Neber Teshara, who expresses as a Neteru, who expresses as Atum, Shu and Tefnut, Geb, Nut, and Seb, or Geb, Nut, Haru, Hetoru, Heru-Ur, and yes, even Uncle Set, who is said to have torn himself out of the side of Nut. And we also must understand why chaos is necessary in this realm. Yes, I said chaos, because just as order is necessary, there's a such thing as necessary chaos. Not randomness, but when you look out of a helicopter and you look at the city, it's chaotic. But within the chaos, there's order. We take the chaos and then we mold it, shape it. We take the clay of resistance, mold it, shape it. We take the clay of our character, mold it, and shape it. We are here to shape our own character. This is why we've been given that which is undifferentiated and allowed to take it and shape it. Just like your life may appear to be in disarray, it is an opportunity for you to experience the true divine self and tap into that creative part of you and shape it.
Sure.
We give thanks and praise to all the Neteru and the Shepsu and the cause of all those who are present. Soon we will be having study groups. We'd like our sisters and brothers who are interested to contact us. Talk to me. My name is Kapara Ptah. My nefer Nerharu Atara Shechem.
Black Seminole and Kemeti in the West Coast, Anunnaki. Black Seminole Kemeti in the West Coast, Anunnaki. That's who I am.
I know same government name, Michael Rutherford Smitherman, known as Michael Ampu Yashar. Yashar is known as, in the Hebrew Israelite text, in the Strong's Concordance, Yashar means deliverer, prosperity, savior, saving, and Ampu is Anubis.
Got this, brother.
And Michael is my birth name, but if y'all are Bible thumpers, you connect it to Michael the Archangel, and I serve the Holy One, Ashe, the all in all.
Ashe. We'll be talking some more. For those who are interested in the consultation and the divination, let me know. We will figure out who your spiritual forces are and those that guide you. For those who are interested in talking about having an extension or a network, contact me. I would like to talk to you personally. Until then, Uncle Ucha Seneb. And Chiraka Mr. Tedder Amira, Anuka Mira. And Chiraka Mira. Mr. Tedder Amira, Anuka Mira.
Hotel.
Hotel.